So you guys may already know what this video is going to be about based off the title, but as of the recording of this video, this intro of this video, I'm actually recording this before Hasbro actually unveiled what figure this is. So by the time you see this, you'll know what it is. It's in the title. But right now, as I'm recording this intro part of me unboxing the box, I don't know what it is. They did not tell me what it was. They just said that they want me to review a figure for them. So yesterday they revealed it, and today I'm going to review it for you guys. So let's go ahead and open it. We kind of get a, like a surprise, together unboxing, I guess. Not surprise for you guys, but definitely will be for me. I already took the label off, so we're good there. So I'm actually very excited, regardless of what this could be, because I've wanted the opportunity to review a figure early for Hasbro for a while. So pretty cool. All right. So it looks like it's coming in the box. That's not brand new, but they went ahead and threw this in here. So this is from Joe Fix-It Wave, but the actual figure is still inside. And it is wrapped up in here. So looks like we are looking at, it looks like an Iron Man figure. I can see that already. Alright, that's the return label. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and open this up. I had an idea that it would be an Iron Man figure, because I am big on Iron Man. And by the looks of it, it looks like it's a repaint. Oh, nice. I see. Check that out. Pretty sweet. So this is the Iron Man issue number 1 from the 2020 comics by Christopher Cantwell. This is the suit. It's a mixture of like modern and retro design. Really cool. It's still kind of new, and a lot of people probably don't know about the armor. It took me a minute to realize what armor this was, but it is without a doubt the Christopher Cantwell Iron Man comics from the 2020 comics. Very cool, man. So we're getting this in Marvel Legends, so let's check it out. Let's review this thing. And guys, it would be greatly appreciated if you guys would hit that like button as we take a look at this brand new Iron Man figure, provided generously by the Hasbro Marvel Legends team. So big thanks to Hasbro for sending me this prototype. This is a prototype figure, so keep that in mind as we progress through this video review. This is the Model 70 armor. It is our current Iron Man and our current issues of comic books for Iron Man that started back in September of 2020, written by Christopher Cantwell, art by Cafu, and covers and armor designed by the legendary one and only Alex Ross. And briefly, without any spoilers in this comic run, Tony Stark faces off with multiple different crime syndicates. We'll just leave it at that, just to keep it spoiler free. And he even ends up teaming up with Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat. So as I'm recording this video review, I don't know exactly how this figure is being released, whether it's a single release, whether it's a Iron Man wave, or if it's a retro wave or whatnot. I do not know. I have not been notified, but of course, by the time you see this video, you might know. Personally, as an Iron Man fan, I'm super excited for another Iron Man figure and to get the current armor of Iron Man with this Model 70 design by Alex Ross. It's very nice. It's very retro. I love it. It just brings me back to those older comic books and those older armor designs of Iron Man. So one of the first things that jumps out at me as I hold this figure in hand is the very good, very nice body mold, the brand new body sculpt for this Iron Man suit. It matches the design of the Model 70 pretty good. It's pretty nice. The sculpt is all there. We got the panel lining all over. We have all of these, I guess we could just say arc reactors. I'm sure they're not arc reactors, but he's got them all over the place. That's how it's drawn. That's how it's designed in the comics, and accurately enough, it is designed here in the action figure. It looks great. No problems there. The sculpt is all good. I really love how it came out sculpt wise. Now, in contrast to the actual comic book design, I feel like this figure is a little too on the vibrant side color wise. It should have been a little bit darker to match, you know, that dark uh, and gritty, I guess, look of Alex Ross when it comes to Iron Man. If you look at any pretty much cover or drawing of this armor from the comics, it's a very dark metallic color. Uh, in my opinion, maybe Hasbro should have gone with the color scheme that they did on the 80th anniversary Iron Man figure, which you know, represents the Alex Ross Iron Man as well. I think that would have suited this figure a little bit better than the vibrant colors. Here, what's painted is the gold bicep areas, and then everything else is pretty much plastic mold. So the red is all mold. Now, granted, it is that marbleized kind of metallic looking plastic, which I do like, but I have seen them do this plastic a little darker before as well. You know, like the modular Iron Man from the Ursa Major wave. So I feel like they could have gone that route instead. Now, granted, this is still a prototype, but it could be a little too late to fix this color. But maybe down the road it's still there because we do still have this brand new body mold and we got to use it, right? So I really like the body mold. Just wish the color was a little bit darker. So I always do like taking a closer look at figures so I can show you guys the details up close. And here we can see the helmet design, which is very accurate to the comic book design. So that is good. My only nitpick would be maybe the eyes, or the eye slit should be a little bit thinner or skinnier. They weren't as big as this. Keep in mind, I am an Iron Man fan. Iron Man is my number one, so for me, I will be a little bit more picky than the you know, the average Iron Man fan or collector out there. Here we can see the backside and everything sculpted very good. I like the metallic gold paint on the biceps. This is very nice. I think the only thing that really makes it so vibrant is the red. The gold probably could have stayed the same, but the red may be a little bit darker. But anyways, we have the details of all the, I'm just gonna say arc reactors for lack of a better term, but they're all sculpted and detailed very nice. I do like that. Now again, this is a prototype, and one thing I did notice is with the fisted hands, we don't get the lines of the armor. He does come with alternate hands, I'll show that in a second, but the alternate hands does have that, so I almost feel like this is part of another figure. I'm sure this will be fixed on the final release. Going down to the thigh area, everything's looking really good. And if you guys haven't noticed already, we do get pinless knees and we do get pinless elbows. Beautiful. And then we have the boots slash feet. And this leads to my last and final gripe of the figure is the lack of paint for the base, or the, you know, the edges of the feet. This is supposed to be gold based off of the design from the comics. Again, prototype, could be fixed, not sure, but just pointing it out as I'm supposed to. Now it is the feet, it is small, doesn't bother me as much, but it is something to point out. Alright, so I've told you my gripes. Now I'll tell you what I like is just the overall look, the likeness, the sculpt, the design. I really like this suit. I'm sure a lot of people don't know about it. It's still a recent, relatively new issue of Iron Man comics, even though they're 2 years old. It's just so retro, and it feels like you can just fit this in right in with your old, you know, original Iron Man suits from the comics. So I really, really dig the design and just love how Hasbro captured it in action figure form. Alright, so with accessories, we'll start off with the alternate hands that he comes with. We have an alternate set of open hands with a peg hole in it, so you can attach some blast effects, of course. So there's a left and a right. These are hinged, and the effects that fit in there are the newer repulsor effects. This time we get them in yellow. So these are the most recent updates to the Iron Man effects, which I do like that they changed it. So very nice that we're getting it here included as well. And they peg in perfectly just fine there. And then also the base of the foot does have peg holes. So if you want, you can use them as flight potions here. And those peg in perfectly. That's exactly what it's meant for. So that fits in very well. And then, of course, we get the brand new set of, or relatively brand new set of smoke effects that have been coming with our most recent Iron Man figures. This time we have it in a clear, transparent, smoky color. So this is very dope. Like it. Have no complaints with this this effect. So those are all the accessories, at least all the accessories that Hasbro provided me with. Not sure if he comes with a Build-A-Figure piece. Like I said earlier, I don't know what wave this is part of as I am recording this video. So he could come with a piece, he could not, I don't know. But one thing I did notice, there is no other or alternate head sculpt, which is fine. We don't need one, but this is a different comic book with a guess, kind of different look for Iron Man. So it would have been cool to get one, but again, it's okay. Now, in the comic book, he does change his face mask slightly, not so much, but in terms of color, you either see it as red on the jawline or just straight up gold as you see it right now on the figure. So this is accurate. Um, so if you do see a comic panel with some red on the side, it's not to say that this is inaccurate. It's accurate. It's just he does change it in the comic book. So I guess it's based on preference on whether you like the red on the side or just all the gold. It looks good both ways. Not sure if it would be ideal to include a second head sculpt with the red on the side. Probably not. That's something for your not so everyday Iron Man addict like me. But just pointing out that he does have two different looks in terms of color. And in this Marvel Legend figure, we got the gold, all gold look. Alright, so here he is with the alternate open hands attached, and this looks great. They do hinge, they're not the fixed pose ones, so I do prefer these, the ones you actually hinge yourself. So in terms of a like an Iron Man repulsor blast pose, it's very easy to get him into that, and of course we want to peg in the blast effect to add that fun factor. And there you go. Fairly easy to do that. Very nice, straightforward. We all know how that works. And then for even more fun, we can add in the smoke effects with the repulsing blast effects in flight mode. That works out pretty well. Of course, you can put these on the ankles and feet as well if you choose to put them there instead of the hands. And now we will proceed to the articulation. We'll start off with the head. Head sits on a ball jointed hinge, but the neck is also articulated. It's a different piece. So when you have that combination, it is the best. I love it. So especially with Iron Man, he will be able to look all the way up, and you can get him into those flight poses. You can have him look all the way down until his little collar piece in his armor design will kind of block it off once it hits the chin there. But the neck moves around, so we can get quite the range here. I mean, I love it. I love the neck and head, separate articulated combo when it comes to Marvel Legends. The range is unbelievable. So really, really like that on this figure. You can get the head tilts, everything, whatever you want. I think you can get it into it. So very cool. Arms will move up, all the way up. They do go in and out. Now we get the soft rubber for the shoulder guard or the shoulder armor. So it will bend. It is pliable. But I think if you keep it in this pose, you might warp it into a weird, form. So you might want to watch out with that. But at least that is flexible, so that doesn't hinder the articulation too much. That's good. So that's it. There is no butterfly joint. Bicep will swivel. We have the pinless double jointed elbows that will bend this far, which is slightly more than a 90-degree bend. Swivel at the wrist with a hinge. Then we have the torso, which is a diaphragm joint. Now on this prototype, it's a little loose. I'm sure this will not be an issue on the final product release. So I am going to be a little careful here, but I can move it all the way back. I can move it about this much forward. You can tilt it left and right, and you can twist it or swivel it. So you can get those angled, very agile poses when it comes to Iron Man flying around. There is no waist swivel. Your swivel will be at that torso. Legs are T-jointed, so it will kick forward about this far. If you twist it a little bit, you can get a little bit more range, but that's as far as it goes. Then we get the in and out range about this far before it starts squeaking, and it scares me, so I'm going to stop there. Then we have a thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees, and we can get a little bit more. Yep, there you go. So that goes back very well. And then we have a very nicely well hidden shin swivel boot cut right here. Check that out. I love when it's just, it just blends into the armor design or, the figure design like it's not there. Very seamless. Ankle hinge on the ankle goes forward and back. Then we get the ankle rocker at the foot. And there you have it. So before we get him compared to other Iron Man armors, I gotta bring in the Marvel Legends Patsy Walker Hellcat figure from way back in the Thanos Build-A-Figure wave. Seeing that these two team up in the current comic book run of Iron Man, these do look great together. With that said, I do hope Hasbro gives us a new, updated Hellcat. And here we have him now next to the most recent release of Iron Man. This is from the 20th anniversary of Marvel Legends, a throwback to the original Toy Biz release, and probably one of my most favorite Iron Man figures so far by Hasbro, especially with this brand new head sculpt. looking very good. So you can see here this figure does stand slightly taller than the new Model 70 Iron Man. And those who may be curious, the head from the 20th anniversary Iron Man actually fits pretty well on this body. Scale wise and fit wise, it fits in just fine. It's pretty tight, but it fits and it scales very good with the body. This head's a little bit bigger. When I try to put this head on other Iron Man figures, it just seemed too big, but on this body, seems pretty good. I absolutely love this new head sculpt, so I love that this works. Alright, so moving on, we have the Iron Man figure from Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure Wave. This one has the 80th anniversary head sculpt on it, but it is the same body as that one. Standing next to our Model 70, he does stand slightly taller a little bit, not too drastic, but overall they're about the same scale, so that's good. And speaking of the 80th anniversary Iron Man figure, here he is in same body mold as the Mr. Hyde release, but it is painted differently. This is the color scheme I would prefer on this Model 70 figure. It's a little darker and more metallic, especially with the gold. And you see the plastic red is just a red mold, but it is darker in color. And then lastly, I want to throw in the modular Iron Man from the Ursa Major Wave, because again, I love the colors on this thing, and I think these colors here would fit very well on this figure here, more so than the 80th anniversary colors. Up next, I'll put them next to the Vault's Guardsman, also from the Ursa Major Wave. And then I'll cap things off with the Terrax Build-A-Figure from the Return of Marvel Legends Wave 1 back in 2012. And he stands, of course, very tall next to the Iron Man. Alright, that's going to wrap things up on this review of the brand new Marvel Legends Model 70 Iron Man figure. Overall, I really dig this figure. The design, sculpt, and articulation is pretty much spot on in what you would want in an Iron Man inside an armor that's this bulky. Don't get me wrong, even though I do want the paint to be a little bit darker, I still really enjoy this figure. It's always great to add yet another armor to the endless supply of suits that Tony Stark dons, especially when it's a brand new suit that's never been made before for Marvel Legends. And with that, I will conclude this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my honest thoughts on this brand new Marvel Legend coming soon. Go out and pre-order it. And again, big thanks to Hasbro for sending me this prototype to showcase for you guys. It's truly an honor to get the opportunity to review a prototype for such a big company and for such a big action figure line that I support and love so much. Leave a like down below, show some love. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. As always, everyone, take care, take it easy, and I'll catch you on the next one.